Hello guys and welcome to Cloud's Gaming. Today we're going to continue our quest in Elder Scrolls Online, and where we left off the last time we had just received the first Fighters Guild quest, and we were tasked to go and investigate where Merrick and Aleph, two members of the Fighter Guild, are now, because they have not reported back. And because we are thieving Kahit, we are thinking that Merrick and Aleph probably died horribly, and we can go and pick up their equipment. And at the same time we can hand in and complete the quest for the Fighters Guild, so we both get the equipment and we make money off the quest. So we see big business here, but first we should go check out what actually happened to them. But before we do that, we should level up. We have 2 skill points that we didn't spend last time, and I'm thinking that we'll pick an assassination ability here, teleport strike, where we flash through the shadows and ambush the enemy for some damage and a short stun. We'll pick that. And then I want to pick a dual wield ability. Twin slashes, slice enemy with both weapons. We'll pick that. So now we have 4 skills to choose from. Let's go figure out what happened to Aleph. So here's Merrick.
Thanks, Stendar. You're with the guild?
Sees all colors sent me. Are you alright?
If the divines will it. The worms caught us off guard, but we made them pay in blood. Did Colors brief you on our contract? What we seek?
Yes, you thought a Daedric anchor might drop here.
As you say. There won't be an anchor here anytime soon, thanks to the 2 of us. I should be moving. We had word of another cell north of here near Skywatch.
So our plan didn't really work out. They're still alive and they're wearing some very expensive armor that we can't pick up. Where do you want me?
Here, if you please. Aleph, stay with our new friend. You two search these bodies, see if you can find anything of note. A pleasure meeting you, oh my comrade.
And you, Merrick?
Watch after the new recruit, Aleph. Colors would hate it if we lost another one.
Yes, Aleph will watch the new blood. Resolute.
So that's Aleph, female Kahit. Found some dwarven gear. Let's check the last body. A more like Baal relic. A small relic in the shape of a Daedric Lord's infamous mace.
Redguard's soul will fuel the Mortum Vivicus. Nothing you can do can stop it!
Dark Moons! What was that? That vision. A Dremora woman talking about Merrick. Why would she want my hapless companion?
Who was that?
Aleph has no idea. Whoever she is no friend to the guild or Merrick.
She's after his soul, she said.
It would seem so. This one cannot imagine the value of such a thing. Too shiny and dripping with pride. Just the same, we must warn him. And the guild. Aleph will go after Merrick. Return to Seize All Colors. Tell her what you have seen. Go.
We on it?
Return to Volkelgard quick as you can, comrade. Seize All Colors must know.
So we're pretty disappointed with not getting new armor and weapons from finding Merrick and Aleph dead here. So now we have to return to the city and inform Seize All Colors.
Hail.
Back so soon, comrade?
Merrick and Aleph stopped the cultists, but a protection appeared to us, a Dremora woman.
A vision of a Dremora. This clouds the waters. The forces of Molag Bal must know more than we realized. What did she say?
You talked about a mortem, Vivicus? I don't know what that is.
Nor do I, comrade. Interesting. Did she say anything else?
She said she'd take a Redguard soul. She's going after Merrick.
Merrick. This dries my scales. Recruit, you must get to them. Aleph and Merrick are competent, but the Daedra are not to be trusted. Find them near Skywatch. I will rally our forces here and investigate this Vivicus. Whatever it is.
Will do, Guildmaster. So now we have to go back and find Merrick and Aleph again.
Hello.
So hopefully they died this time around so we can pick up that nice armor that Merrick is wearing. So it seems that Aleph and Merrick are up here, which is very far from where we are. And there's no way to fast travel up there. So instead of going after and investigating that again, we're going to go meet the Prophet in the main storyline. He said we should find him at the Harborage. So we'll do that instead, that's very close. So the Harborage is right over here. So let's go in and see. It's very dark in here. Oh, here's the light. It's like a little oasis. Now we just have to find the Prophet.
I hear familiar footfalls. Come closer, Vestige.
It's a nice place. Very colorful.
Welcome to the Harborage, Vestige. This is as comfortable a home as an old dried-up husk like myself could hope for.
How did you find it?
Despite my blindness, nay, because of it, my other senses seem to have heightened. This place had the right smell about it.
When you first appeared to me in Cold Harbor, you spoke of my destiny.
Indeed, but let us not get ahead of ourselves. Without an understanding of where we are bound, every road will get us nowhere. Before we truly understand our destination, we must speak of the past.
A history lesson?
Of a sort. I invite you to enter my mind and walk with me through visions of the past, that you might understand the events that brought us to this time, this moment. Enter my mind, Vestige, and walk with me through the shadows of past events. Follow me, Vestige, and learn of the events that precipitated our current crisis. My part in the story began when I awoke on the steps of the Abbey of the Moth Priests, with no memory of my prior life. The Moth Priests took pity upon me and brought me into their fold. I was weak and near death. It was there I first set eyes upon the Elder Scrolls and devoted my life to their study. The scrolls allowed me to glimpse the very fabric of reality, but each profound insight dimmed my vision and eventually left me permanently blinded to the light of the world. The prophecies of the Elder Scrolls are a fluid, living thing. They are not fixed. At many points throughout history, the actions of heroic mortals have rewritten them.
What does that have to do with me?
I only know that you are important, Vestige. The scrolls reveal to me that your destiny is intertwined with that of the Five Companions.
Who are the Five Companions?
The Five Companions were a band of adventurers who sought out an ancient artifact called the Amulet of Kings. They hoped to use this artifact to persuade Akatosh, the dragon god, to accept their leader as one of the Dragonborn.
Who was their leader?
Baron Aquilarius, the son of Colobian Duke, who led a rebellion against the Emperor Leovic and took the crown himself. Alas, Veron was not truly a Dragonborn, as those who sit upon the ruby throne must be, in accordance with tradition.
Go on.
You have already heard enough babbling from this old blind fool. It is time you met the Five Companions yourself. and witness their fate. The first companion, Lyris Titanborn, daughter of giants, was the mightiest warrior in the service of the Emperor. Next, Abner Tharn, a powerful sorcerer and Grand Chancellor to the Imperial Elder Council. The Red Guard Swordmaster, Sai Sahan, leader of the Imperial Dragon Guard. The Imperial Emperor, Varen Aquilarius, who attempted to light the dragon fires and failed. And finally, Manamako, the traitor, the king of worms, a powerful necromancer, and your executioner. These were the 5 companions who set out from the Imperial City on an epic quest to recover the lost Amulet of Kings.
How could the Amulet of Kings turn Varen into one of the Dragonborn?
Manamako convinced Varen that the amulet could be used to perform a ritual that would rekindle the dragon fires. He claimed this would please Akatosh and entice him to adopt Varen as one of the Dragonborn.
Why did Varen want to be Dragonborn?
By tradition, only the Dragonborn can lay claim to the Ruby Throne and rule as the one true Emperor by divine right. Varen conquered Cyrodiil and took the throne, but unless he became Dragonborn, he feared he'd always be thought of as a pretender.
Tell me about Manamako.
Manamako the traitor, the great enemy, the most powerful necromancer this world has ever known. His worm cult infiltrates and corrupts every corner of Tamriel. It was he who convinced Varen to perform the ritual you are about to witness.
What happened when they performed the ritual?
Disaster, war, and pestilence. A world brought to its knees. Now watch and see how one man's arrogance brought about the greatest threat our world has ever known.
There it is. The Dragonfire Brazier. Manamako, you certain this will work?
It will work, my liege. The Amulet of Kings will rekindle the dragon fires and ensure your rightful place as Emperor. You have my word.
It better work, Manamako, or you'll find your neck at the business end of my axe.
My lord, I wonder if you'd muzzle your half-giant pet. She really is annoying.
Enough, both of you. We are here to ensure my lord's rightful claim to the Ruby Throne.
Abner, begin the ritual. I have a destiny to fulfill. By the lighting of the dragon fires, I claim my rightful lineage. By the fires of creation, let me be reborn. By the will of Akatosh, I proclaim myself Dragonborn.
Varen Aquilarius, you are no heir to Alessia. You will pay for your sacrilege. The veil between Tamriel and Oblivion tears and splits asunder.
What's happening? The sky's opening up. This is bad. This is very bad. Ah!
This isn't supposed to happen. What's the meaning of this? Manamako, what have you done?
Gullible fools! The veil between Oblivion and this world has been torn. My master, Moloch Bal, is free to claim Tamriel for his own.
Akatosh, forgive me! Have mercy on our souls!
The ritual tore the veil between Nan and Oblivion, allowing Manamako to begin stealing the souls his master needed to power the Dark Anchors and initiate the plane melt.
What went wrong?
Akatosh gave Alessia the Amulet of Kings as a symbol of his covenant with Nan. So long as the amulet remained in the care of Alessia's heirs and the dragon fires remained lit, Tamriel would be protected from the Daedra.
What happened next?
Manamako tricked Varen into breaking the covenant, and the veil between Oblivion and Nan was torn. The Elder Scrolls named this event the Soul Burst. It gave Molag Bal the opportunity to disconnect the souls of men from their hosts.
What happened to the other companions?
Varen was lost. In the chaos of the moment, Sai Sahan took the Amulet of Kings and fled. Leris was captured by Menemarco and delivered to Cold Harbor, the realm of Molag Bal.
So apparently this Sai Sahan took the Amulet of Kings, and this piques our interest because that's what we want to get. Not really to save the realm, but imagine the amount of wealth we could obtain with that amulet. What about Abnor Tarn and Minimarco?
Tarn remains Chancellor of the Elder Council, and his daughter Clivio rules as Empress Regent. But the true power remains in the hands of Manimarco and his worm cult.
How did you end up in Cold Harbor?
When I discovered the truth about the 5 companions, I made subtle inquiries, but apparently not subtle enough. Manimarco got word of my interests and abducted me. He took me to Cold Harbor, where I remained a prisoner until you freed me.
They saw you as a threat?
The truth is always a threat to evil men. Manimarco feared I would reveal his treachery, and if knowledge of Nan's vulnerability were to become known, it could threaten his master's schemes. Molag Bal does not favor loose ends. Walk with me. Long ago it was written, so long as the Amulet of Kings was borne by Alessia's heirs, Tamriel would be protected from the forces of oblivion. But the Soul Burst tore the veil between worlds and gave Molag Bal the opportunity he desired. Molag Bal's dark anchors pierce the torn veil and seek to draw man into the depths of Cold Harbor. These terrible engines of destruction have been appearing all throughout Tamriel. If the Lord of Brutality and Domination is successful, he will merge our world and his own in a terrible plane meld. Few will survive the ordeal, and those that do will be enslaved for all eternity. And so it falls to us, Vestige. We must stop Molag Bal and his dark anchors, or our world is doomed. And now history seems to have caught up with us. Shall we return to the Harborage?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
As you say. And so it begins. The remainder of the story has yet to be written. It is your story now.
You've given me a lot to think about, but we're mostly just thinking about the Amulet of Kings.
And there is so much to do. But know this, you will not walk this path alone.
So what's our next move?
We must grow in strength and in numbers. You will need more than the company of an old blind man to alter the course of history. We must assemble our own group of companions. The first you have already met.
Lyris Titanborn.
Lyris sacrificed her own freedom to allow us to escape. She remains a prisoner in Cold Harbor. I must determine her precise location if we are to mount a rescue. That will take time.
What should I do in the meantime?
Minimarco's agents leave a web of lies and deceit. They pit the races of Tamriel against one another and divert their attention from the real threat. Seek out these agents, wherever they can be found, and expose their lies.
So we also learned from the prophet that Manimarco was responsible for our death.
Forgive me. Bringing you to my mind seems to have taken quite a toll on me. I must rest. I will contact you when the time is right. Until then, walk in the light, Vestige.
So we got a ring, Magica Recovery enchantment, and some gold, and a skill point. That puts us at level 6. We have 2 skill points we can spend. Flurry. Flood an enemy with steel, battering them with 6 consecutive attacks. Yeah, we probably have to stand still to use this, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see what else we can pick up. Shadow Cloak. Cloak yourself in shadow to become invisible for 2.5 seconds. I wonder if you can use this to steal stuff. I think we should take that, just to check out if that's possible. Maybe that'll make it easy to steal from the stores. Siphoning Agony. Shackle an enemy in torment, stunning them for 30 seconds and dealing 305 magic damage over 5 seconds. That sounds fairly useful for PvP. And we're at level 6, and I think you can PvP at level 10. So I guess we don't have to take it right now, but we could contemplate taking it before long. So we can morph this ability, the Assassin's Blade, which I think is very useful. We can morph that finisher into something else. The first one is Killer's Blade, which the new effect is now scales off stamina and weapon damage and heals you if target dies within 2 seconds of use. And the other one is Impale, ability may be used at range. That makes this finisher even more powerful if you're in PvP, if you're hunting down someone who's fleeing. Let's take that. So the prophet told us that Manimarco was responsible for our death. So we will need to find Manimarco and have him meet an untimely end. And we also were told of the Amulet of Kings, and that piqued our interest very much indeed. We're already imagining what we can buy for that. Fast steeds, houses, and everything. Maybe even become king of the realm of Tamriel. All hail King Khula. Imagine the riches, the power, the wealth. That's something this thieving Kahit would really like. So let's go find the Amulet of Kings. We will continue our story next time, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.